Hey guys, it's Melanie. Today's video is a little bit different. I don't normally do any fashion related content on my channel or really on my Instagram because it's just not who I am. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys, most of the clothing that is in my closet or in my drawers, if it's from within the last 7 years since Stella was born, it probably came from Costco. I love me some convenience and I love me some Costco pricing. Or if it's from before I had my daughter, I mean, also, I really just, I have never really spent a ton of money on clothing. I have never been one to keep up with clothing trends. It's just not who I am. I'm passionate about a few things, as you guys are all aware, but fashion, clothing, shoes, accessories, although I do like shiny things. I'm just, it's not really my thing. It's not something that I'm naturally drawn towards. So today's video is kind of all about Melanie's adventures in getting sucked in by Facebook and Instagram ads, because I saw this product first on Instagram, and then because the two are connected, I'd be on my Facebook page and the ads for this particular product just kept popping up and popping up, because the first time I saw it on Instagram, I clicked on it and I was like, what is this? I'm in a wedding in October. This looks like something that I might need to wear underneath my dress so that I look my best and feel my best. So today I am doing this video to hopefully help you guys if you are thinking about buying this product, sort of help you decide whether it's worth splurging on it or not, and maybe give you a tip or two about how to pick the correct size for this product. Now, before we go into it, this product was not a win for me. In fact, I'm going to be returning it. I'm going to be heading off to the post office to send it back for the last time this go around. Because it didn't work for me. And I'll tell you why here in a second. But we're talking about, and it fell on the floor. We're talking about the HoneyLove Shapewear. So let me know down below if you have seen this ad. So this is what the product is. It is obviously a shaper. Here's the little tag here. So they actually call this sculpt wear. Not really shapewear. This is the Superpower Shirt, and this was what I was seeing a lot of when I was getting the ads, is this particular short. So the supposed features of this are it provides a soft flexed structure to provide support for your posture. It offers targeted compression, which is supposed to tone and smooth your body. It is supposed to stay up. It has some boning here on the side, and it's soft flex boning, which reliably prevents the shapewear from rolling down, which, if you have worn Spanx in the past, the most annoying thing about Spanx, especially when you get the ones that go up underneath your bra, is they constantly roll down and then create like the worst like back fat roll. Even if you don't have any back fat, Spanx will make you look like you do when that stuff rolls down. And this is also made in a certified responsible facility. By the way, the company appears to be based out of California. So I think they're actually out of San Bernardino. So I live in Oregon. This got to me pretty quickly within a couple of days. So I ordered it. It's $89. It's expensive. They do offer free shipping in the US, so I didn't have to pay for shipping, which I thought was good. So let me tell you what appealed to me about this particular product. First, the fact that it was gonna stay up was like, yes, I need it to stay up because I'm so tired of my Spanx rolling down. So also, I mentioned, I'm in a wedding in October. My best friend is getting married, and the dress that she actually she was so fantastic. She was like, get whatever dress you want as long as it's in a jewel tone. So I picked out this really beautiful Maury Lee lace bridesmaid's dress in like a navy sapphire shade, and it's very pretty. However, it's very fitted in the top portion. It's kind of a like mermaid style, but not super like dramatic mermaid. Actually, you know what? I'll link the dress down below. You guys can go see what it looks like. It's very pretty, but it's also, it's gonna show some like curves on your body. And I wanted this particular dress because I was like, I don't really get dressed up that often. I want to look nice for this wedding. My best friend's getting married and I'm so excited for her, and it's a chance for Craig and I to have a really nice date night together, and I just want to look nice and feel pretty in a dress. So love the dress, but it's probably going to require some shapewear because while I am not crazy overweight or anything, I do have a little bit of fluff in certain areas that just didn't look super great without a shapewear thing underneath when I was going and like looking at bridesmaids dresses. I tried the dress on, I was like, I love this dress, but there is some smoothing that needs to happen before October. So I thought this would be perfect. I was really excited, especially because again, it's supposed to stay up. Now, another thing that appealed to me is it does have these little tabs here, if you can see them. It comes with these straps where you can also use the straps to help hold the shapewear up even more securely, so it's gonna stop it from rolling down. But I'll be honest, I tried it on and it was not gonna go anywhere. Like this was not gonna roll down, and the reason is because of this boning on the sides. This is something that none of the other shapewear that I've tried in the past has had this, and it's not crazy stiff. It's actually pretty flexible, and it keeps the shapewear in place. Like this design is actually really good. There's a great design. Now they do have this kind of, if you can see it, this is actually a really good example. They have this targeted compression here that goes across it mostly focuses on like your lower belly area. So if you have the mom pooch after having a kid or several, this is supposed to help suck that in. Also the design of it is supposed to help lift your booty because they have this kind of netting over here, and then this part here is that really thick, I mean this is some thick material, and it does provide compression. And then the legs the back has like the thicker compression, and then the front has this more like netting type compression, if that makes sense. So let me tell you guys why this is going back. The main reason is that, so on their website, you take a quiz to figure out what size you are, and my typical dress size when I go shopping, I am either a 10 or a 12, size 10 or size 12, depending on the designer or the brand. So it's kind of awkward because I can never for sure be like, okay, I want to order this thing online and I'm pretty good with a 10 or I'm pretty good with a 12. Sometimes a 12 is too big, sometimes a 10 is way too small. So it's very difficult for me to buy things online. But I took their quiz and they ask you a bunch of questions, and their determination was that I was to purchase the extra large. And I was like, I was pretty sure I was gonna be a large because typically a 10 or a 12 or somewhere in between is a size large. But they said extra large and I was like, I'm gonna trust them. They designed this, I'm pretty sure they know what they're talking about. So got the 12, and I actually ordered it in the sand, which is like the nude shade. I figured the nude was probably gonna be best, even though, you know, I was gonna be wearing this underneath a navy dress, and it's not see-through in any kind of way. But anyway, I was just like, meh. It's a little bit more neutral. I can wear it underneath white dresses or whatever in the future. So I get it. I put it on, and there is really very little compression in my tummy area. And I don't need a ton of compression because if you've been following me for a while, you know that I had a mommy makeover surgery, which included a tummy tuck. So I don't really have a lot that needs to be compressed in the tummy area, but for this particular dress that I have, I was looking for a even flatter, more shapely look than I have, even having had that surgery. So I put it on. There's basically like, there's no shaping in my sides with the extra large. There's no shaping in my tummy area. And the top underneath, where it comes underneath your boob area, just felt a little bit loose. It wasn't rolling down or anything, but it just felt a little bit loose. So I was like, ugh, dang it. I knew I should have gotten the large. So the thing is, it's very easy to go online and do a return or exchange. You just go on the website and go to the return tabs, and then they take you through this process. So I was like, I'd like to try the large. Unfortunately, they didn't have it in sand because they were sold out. So I opted for this, and I don't remember what this one is called. This isn't like the darkest one that they have, but there is like an all like solid black one. This one has, as you can see, a little bit of like, I think a nude under, yeah, it's nude underneath. So anyway, had them send me the large, just got it yesterday, put it on, and it was so hard to get up. Like it was like I went down 2 sizes instead of 1. It was like a drastic, like, way too big to, whoa. I had no idea that my rear end was this large. I had trouble getting it over my hips, but I took my time and I pulled it up because I was like, it's shapewear. It's supposed to like compress, and it's not supposed to necessarily be easy to get into. So put it on, and you guys, this created the biggest back fat roll that I have ever had in my life. It was so unflattering, and I just kept thinking like, okay, is this a mistake? I took it off. I looked at the size, and it's a size large. And I put it back on, and I was like, maybe I just didn't pull it up high enough. So I pulled it up even a little bit further, but still. And I will say this, my body is not perfect, but I don't have a lot of back meat, if you will. Like there's not a ton of it there, but this made me look like I had like a loaf of bread, like just squishing out at the top. It was so unflattering, and I was like, maybe I'm just like standing wrong. And Stella was laughing at me because Craig he's gone right now, so he's not home. And I was just like, I was putting it on downstairs because I was excited to get it, and I was looking at it in the bathroom mirror, and I kept like moving around, and Stella was like, what are you doing? What is going on? And I was like, am I standing? Like, am I slouching? And she was like, no, it's fine. There's some stuff coming out of the back. And I was like, yeah, that's my back skin. And she was like, oh, is it supposed to do that? And my daughter is 7. I was like, I don't think it's supposed to do that. So here's my piece of advice. I would, if you're gonna order this, if you're gonna spend the $89 because you are convinced by the ads, the advertising, definitely take their quiz and order the size that is suggested. Thinking back on it, the extra large, while it didn't provide like the shaping that I actually wanted, like in my like midsection area, at least it didn't give me the floof at the top around this band here. But I'll be honest, you guys, it wasn't worth it for me. What I think they need, and I actually sent them a message on Facebook. I was like, hey, I think your product is a really great idea. I have to say the construction of this is fantastic. It is like there is double stitching. The thread is very wide. Like this is extremely well made. The fabric is great. Like I can see the potential for the compression, and I could certainly see the potential for compression in my tummy with this one because it did smooth my tummy out a lot. But This one also on the large. I am a woman who's a little bit larger in the thigh area, and this did squish my thigh meat a little bit as well. Whereas the extra large did not. That was a little bit smoother looking on the legs, but again, didn't provide much compression in like the upper thigh area, if that makes sense. But it's well made. I think the idea of this is fantastic. And so actually I messaged them on Facebook and I was like, hey, unfortunately the product is not gonna work out for me, but I thought I'd give you maybe some feedback on my experience. I think you need something in between the extra large and the large, like a large plus maybe, but then most people would be like, that's an extra large. But that's the thing, like they need something between those two. And I really think that most average women, which I would put myself in the average department, like I said, I run between a 10 and a 12, and I think a lot of women are kind of in the same boat. Like you're not this tiny petite little thing. You're not like necessarily overweight, you're just kind of in between. And it's really hard for me personally, and I know a lot of my friends who are kind of in that same like average boat, to find things that fit just right. Because things are either made for very tiny people or for larger people, which I think it's great to have both of those areas covered. But it's really hard in between because a lot of times things are either running a little bit too large or a little bit too small. And it's frustrating because this would be perfect underneath that dress. It would be fantastic. However, I'm gonna have to send this back. So I'm super bummed, but I'm hoping that this is helpful for some of you who have also seen this HoneyLove ad and are really intrigued by it. Take the quiz. It's easy enough to exchange. The exchange came very quickly, but now that I'm actually returning it, they are charging me a $4.95, and this isn't a huge deal. It's not a big deal, but they are charging me $4.95 for the return shipping label this go around, whereas when I was doing the exchange, shipping label was free. So now I have to pay to send this back. So I basically paid, I guess, $4.95 to test this out. I do wish that they would just make the return shipping free. Like if you're gonna ship it out for free and you have this money back guarantee, and I think they have like, it's either 30 or 60 day money back guarantee, as long as the product is unworn, which makes me think when they get it back that they just repackage it and then again resell it. And that part of that kind of weirds me out a little bit, even though in most stores that you go into, someone has probably tried on the outfit that you are potentially going to be buying. So, but I don't know. So I'm sending this back. I kept the tag on it yesterday. I thought this might be helpful for those of you that are looking at this product to kind of help you determine whether you even want to splurge on it or not, because 89 bucks is not cheap for shapewear. I was willing to pay it if this was gonna look amazing underneath all of my dresses, but I can't with the back fat. It was so substantial and so unflattering looking, and then to also have like my like lower thigh area, which is the thinnest part of my thigh, also have a bulge. I was like, no, I don't think so. Not for $89. So was this worth the splurge for me? No. However, if you are set on buying it, again, take the quiz, and then if it doesn't fit, exchange it, and then if it still doesn't fit, send it back. You are only out the $4.95, but yeah. And in the crotch area here, they do have the opening down here. Now, I will say, even in my Spanx or any shapewear that I've ever worn, I have never not worn underwear under something like this because, I don't know, I'm always gonna pull shapewear down when I go to the bathroom because with my luck, I'm just gonna pee all over everything. That is just the luck that I have. So anyway, HoneyLove, I wish you worked out for me, but we are not going to be able to be friends. So again, this is the Superpower shirt that I have. Oh, and here's the color, Runway. So this is the Runway, which is not the solid black, but there is like a super solid black as well. So one thing I will give them credit for is they do send you a really nice, oh, hello. Penny's in here with me. They do send you this really nice bag that you can wash this in. So this is a very nice touch. You could also wash some of your other like lingerie, like bras or panties in here as well. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, there you guys go. I thought this might be helpful in case you saw the ad and you were interested. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll put the link for HoneyLove in the description box if you want to go read up a little bit more about the brand without having to like hunt down one of their ads or something. I'll put the information down below. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.